Okay, good afternoon everyone and welcome to the STEM Lockdown Digital School. This is the coding lesson for grade 7s. I'm your presenter, Mr. Paul de Klerk, and there is my email address if you would like to send me an email, ask me some questions. Maybe you are ahead in the puzzles and then you can send me the problems that you are struggling with. I'll see if I can help you in that way, as well as some questions that you might face if you are not attending the live lesson. So if you're watching the recording, you are still more than welcome to send me an email there and ask the questions that you are struggling with. Okay, so I'm going to fall right into this. So the same thing, same coding principles, and I hope by this time next week I'm going to ask you guys to give these to me in the chat box, okay? So that's why I'm reviewing them every single day. So always find the easiest way to solve the problem and solve the easiest problem first. Then keep your code as short as you can. Do not use 10 blocks of code for something that can be done in 6 blocks of code. Okay? And the last one says take away code that is not being used so that we don't have wasted code. Okay? Right. Today we are in lesson 10, looking ahead with Minecraft. So I'm going to jump to that screen and share the link. Let me just quickly find that. Sorry, seem to be a little bit lost. Okay, so for those of you that are joining the lesson now, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. So when I started with you, we were busy here with nested loops in a maze, and this is probably one of the most difficult ones, teaching us a new concept. Then we went on to this one that said snowflakes with Anna and Elsa, and there we took the concepts that we learned about nested loops and we started applying them. Now we are looking ahead with Minecraft, and this is a 14-part lesson, right? There are 14 puzzles. So what they've done is they've actually started from the beginning, and this one is going to progress through all the phases of what we've learned up until now in these 14 puzzles. Okay, so for now we're going to fly through them in the beginning, but they will get progressively more difficult very quickly, and that means that we will start to slow down at that point, so that we can start coming over to this conditionals. Now that is an interesting part of coding. There is a lot of cool things that we can do once we can start learning about conditions and setting up conditions. Okay, so that's one of the parts of coding that we use very often. There is almost not a piece of code that gets written without conditionals being in there. Okay, so we'll jump into that. But for today, let's review lesson 2 from yesterday so that I can give you guys time to get the screen up on your side. Just let it load. Okay, going to do this, and there we go. So once you have opened the link in your browsers, either by clicking on it or by copying and pasting, please just write a yes in the comment section so that I know that I can carry on. Are you guys ready? Could you get it open? I see I have Amu in here today, and also Rita, Connie, and Nombuso. So just remember to write me a message in the chat box and say yes if you are ready for us to continue. Okay, Rita, Connie, and Nombuso, good. Okay, I assume Amu is just running a bit late. He might have logged on and then went somewhere because I sent him a private message to say hello and he also hasn't responded to that. So I'm going to continue with this for now and then we can move on. So here we have the same idea that we've been using the whole time. We have move forward command blocks, and these command blocks tell the character what to do. In this case, I chose Alex from Minecraft, but you could have chosen Steve if you wanted to. It doesn't matter, but usually when my son and we play split screen together on the Xbox, then he is Steve and I'm Alex. Okay, so the next one is a destroy block. Okay, and that destroy block is the destroy block. Okay, so it can get a bit confusing, but this is a command block that tells this character to destroy. So the whole idea behind Minecraft is that you break blocks and then you get to mine those blocks and keep them in your inventory as resources to do something with them later on. Okay, whether we're going to get there in this, I'm not sure. I haven't done this entire one yet, but I will get it done over the weekend so that I can be a bit ahead. Right, the next one says turn left and there's a turn right block. Now we can obviously change this, just a review there. If you click there, you can choose left or right. Okay, so we've actually already done this one yesterday. I'm going to remove this and then we'll start fresh. So we have 4 blocks. Aha, here we go. Now I've got a few people coming in. Let me just paste it here. There's the link. Welcome to those of you that are late. If you feel that you've missed anything, feel free to watch the recording, but we haven't even started yet, and this is a review. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to start from an empty workspace. Okay, we can see there we have 4 blocks that we can use. One block is already used by the when run command block, and that when run command block activates when we hit the run button here under the play area. Okay, so let me just change this to that. Let's see who's here. Okay, so what we need to do is always start with the most easy problem first. And the easiest problem is we need to get Alex from here to the tree. So Alex needs to move 1, 2 times. Okay, we do not have a repeat block here. And if you think about it, if you use 2 move forward blocks, or you use a move forward and a repeat block times 2, you're going to use the same amount of blocks. Okay, so it's not necessary to put in a repeat block here. And then we say destroy so that the tree can get chopped down. Let's have a look at that. Okay, and now Alex has collected the wood. Alex is excited and jumping up and down. I'm not going to replay this one because, as I said, this was a review. Let's go on to the next puzzle. Okay, before we start this puzzle, just write there in the comment section, are you guys open on puzzle number 3 in your browsers? Just say yes if you are ready so that we can carry on. I don't want to run through this and then some people are left behind. There I have a yes from Rita, Connie and Mombuso. And from Jonah, a yes as well. Okay. So I think if 2 of you have got it, out of the 7 that are here, we should be fine. Okay, so sheep shearing time. So what that means is to shear a sheep is to take the wool off of the sheep. Now in Minecraft, the wool can be used to create beds so that you can sleep through the night, as well as making some decorative blocks. Okay, so we want to use the shear command to gather wool from both sheep. Okay, so now we have 7 blocks to do this. So we need to think, what is going to be the easiest for us? Will it be shorter to go to the top sheep and then down, or will it be shorter to go to the bottom and then up? So what do you say? In the chat box, tell me. Top to bottom or bottom to top? Which is going to be faster? Which is the easiest solution for the problem? Okay, we're not writing the code yet. I first want to know from you which is the best solution to go from top to bottom. Yes, there we go. Top to bottom. Great. So we're going to, as was said by Jonah, forward 2 times. 1, 2. And what do you think should we put next after that? In the chat box. Let me see. So I told you guys in this lesson I'm going to ask you to write the code, okay? Shear, right? After we sheared, what do we do then? Turn right, yes, because we want to come down. If we say turn left, Alex is going to go up. After turn right, what do we do then? Move forward. How many times? Once or twice? Jonah's saying 2 times. Let's get a vote on this. What do you say? 1 time forward or twice? Okay, I have 1 vote for 2 and 1 vote for 1. Who's going to be the icebreaker? Okay, 1. So everyone is saying, oops, we already have that in. And then after that, what do? We shear again. Okay. So let's run the code and see. Oops, there's the wool. And there's the wool. And it looks just as funny as it looks in the real game. Okay, I'm going to continue because these are easy. Can I continue? Yes or no in the chat box. I don't want to fly through them and someone gets left behind. I have 1 yes, 2 yes, 3 yeses, then I can continue. Anyone else? Okay. So Katia says they want to have a look at this one again, so then we do that. Okay. So I'm going to start over. And I'm going to paste the link again just to make sure that everyone is on the same place. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to shear the sheep. Now the shear block is the same as all the other command blocks, whether it says or whether it says break or destroy block like we had previously, or make honey. It doesn't matter. It has the same function. This block tells this character what to do. So let's start with the easiest problem first. The easiest problem is we need to get Alex from here to be in front of the sheep. Alex cannot be on the same block as the sheep because there needs to be space. Now, if you know Minecraft, then you would understand how this works. So if you don't know, that's why I'm explaining it to you. You are not on the same block as where you, or the same space as you are going to do the action, right? So we need Alex to be in front of the sheep. So we're going to say move forward. We don't have any repeat blocks here, and it would be a waste to use a repeat because move forward twice uses 2 blocks, not counting this orange one now, right? So 2 blocks. If we had a repeat, it would have been 2 blocks as well. So now Alex is facing towards the workspace and towards the sheep. So to come to the sheep, Alex has to turn right. If Alex were to turn left here, Alex would have gone up towards this label here at the top that says Minecraft. So they're going to turn right, but now Alex is still stuck here, facing this way. So we need to move Alex again 1 more time. There's only 1 space that needs to move. And then we put shear there, and I forgot to put shear in the top. Okay. So this is what your code would look like. Move forward is going to move Alex from this space to the next. Then move forward onto the next space in front of the sheep. Then shear is the action of that command block, is to take the wool off of that sheep. Then turn right is going to make Alex turn towards the sheep at the bottom. Then move forward is going to make Alex move 1 step closer to that sheep. And then shear is going to be to collect the wool again. Okay. So there we have it. Great. So now I have 3 yeses, and Alex is happy, so I'm happy. We can continue. Okay, now we can see, I told you in the beginning, these are going to get very difficult very quickly. Okay, so we need to focus when we see that they are getting difficult. So we need to build a house before the sun goes down. Houses require a lot of wood. Cut down all 3 trees. So how it works in Minecraft is if you are awake during the day, the monsters, they have zombies and creepers and skeletons and spiders, they will not spawn, meaning the game will not make them to be there. So you are safe to go and mine and chop down trees and build your houses and farm and do whatever you want to do. But as soon as it becomes night, then the monsters start spawning. And what that means is the game is making the monsters to appear. Now this also happens in day in dark areas, but we'll get to that later. So the first rule of Minecraft, a day in Minecraft is 7 minutes in the game. So the first rule of Minecraft is the moment you start playing, you need to get wood to get a house so that you can close yourself off that when the monsters come, they cannot get to you. Okay, so what they have here is they gave us 15 blocks space to use. They already gave us 7, of which one is the when run block, so we have 6 blocks. And this is going to help us to get all these trees. Okay, so now we click that away so that we can look at the code. Let's read what the code says. Move forward is going to move Alex 1 space. Move forward again will move Alex a 2nd space. Move forward again is going to move Alex a 3rd space. Then there is a destroy block. This is a command that is used to chop down the tree. Then it tells Alex to turn left. Now Alex has to move towards this tree. But it's a bit difficult for me to count here how many spaces Alex needs to move because the leaves of the tree are in the way. So I can just start to count next to it. Okay, you can see these leaves are 1.5 spaces long. But if I count here, I can see, oh, the distance from this space and this space to be in front of the tree is the same. So we're going to count. There's 1, 2, 3 spaces. We already have 1 move forward, so we need to add 2 more. 1, 2. Okay? Then what we want to do is we want to chop down that tree, and then we need to put a destroy block. Okay? Those of you that are writing the code in the chat, please continue. I'm going to check all of you. Okay? I'm going to check the chat, the code that you wrote there and the code that we end up with here, and see whether it's the same. Right, so now Alex is standing here, and Alex needs to chop down the last tree. So Alex needs to turn left again. Move forward again. That's 3 spaces again. 1, 2, 3, and then destroy again. Now we've used 15 out of the 15 blocks. Okay? And I'm checking the code, and you all seem to be yes. Hit run. Let's see. Okay, so there Alex goes. First tree down. Next tree down. And the last tree has been destroyed and the wood is collected. Okay. Now something that I want you to notice here. I'm going to replay this. We're not going to do the whole thing again. But look at how many blocks of code we are using. 15 blocks. Of which 14 is just to move and chop down the tree. Do you know of a way to make this shorter? We don't have that here, but if we had that, what could we do to make it shorter? Think back to your previous exercises where we had the zombie and the bee and all of that. We were using a pink block. What was the name of that pink block? A repeat block, yes. Okay, so we don't have repeat blocks here because this software is trying to show us. I think what's going to happen is they're going to make us write long lines of code like this, and then they're going to give us repeat blocks, and then we will quickly see how much shorter it becomes. So remember now for this exercise 15. Okay, so I'm going to run it again so that I can move forward. Okay, and just to clear up the confusion, a repeat block is the name of the block, and loop is the function. That is what it is going to do with the code inside the block. Okay, but to say that it will repeat the code is the same thing. It doesn't matter. Right, so whether you call it a repeat block or a loop, it's the same thing. Okay, the only time it becomes a bit difficult is if you want to speak about the block itself without the code inside. Then you need to call it a repeat block. Alright, are you guys ready? Can we move on to puzzle number 5? In the chat box, yes or no? Got 1 yes, I need 3 before I can carry on. Another yes, I see some more students have joined us. There we go, I have 3. So let's continue, and to make sure everyone is on the same place. No, we don't want to watch that. I'm just going to paste the link in there if somebody else has joined that I missed. Okay, so now we are basically going over what we've done already. Okay, So this entire exercise looks like it's been created for us to review. So every house starts with a wall. Build the first part of your house by putting the place and move forward commands inside a repeat loop. Okay. So what we see here is we have 1, 2, 3, 4 empty spaces where we have to put a wall up. We have a repeat block that is already set to 4 times. So we can almost think that 4 is going to be the answer. Okay, and then we have this new one, which is place, and we can choose which planks we want. Birch planks, oak planks, spruce planks, or wool, because we have collected all of this now in the previous exercises. Okay, I'm going to stick to birch planks just because it's easy. Okay. Now one thing that they are getting us here, and Gao has already fallen into that trap, and Katia also. If we move forward and then we place, look at what's going to happen. Uh-oh. We are placing a wall where we're not supposed to place the wall. Yes, it will miss. And we missed the first one. So what we have to do, and they trick us with this, because every time we've done something, move forward was the first command. We first have to place the plank and then move forward. Now look what happens. Okay, I'm going to replay that. I'm going to empty it out completely. So, yeah, we read every house starts with a wall. So we need to build the first part of our wall. And we do that by putting down blocks. We can see on the play area there are some dirt spaces where we need to put our wall. So we know we're going to do the same action 4 times because there are 4 spaces. So we're going to put a repeat block right off the bat. Okay? If you are confused as to what the code should look like, you can always take out the repeat block and just practice with these blocks first. So what we could have done is just do this, and we would have seen, oh no, that's not going to work. And then we could have changed them around, and then we would have seen, oh, that works. And then you put everything in the repeat block. It's up to you, okay? But because this is such an easy puzzle, we can just start by putting the repeat block first, and then we know we need to place the plank and then move forward. Now what's going to happen is it's going to place, move forward. Repeat means it's going to place and move forward again. So each time it's going to place and then move. Okay, do you guys understand that? Does it make sense? Are you happy? Yes or no? Please, if you are unsure, say no. We can look at it again. I can explain it in a different way. For the guys that did get it, if you have to repeat something, that's good. In code, you are going to repeat stuff often. So the more practice you get now at repeating, the better. I have 4 yeses, so I'm moving on. Okay. Choose the floor plan to your house. So you guys choose. Do you want the easy, the medium, or the hard floor plan? Go. The most votes is the one that we'll choose. Type there. Okay, I have one for hard. I like it. Another one for hard. So we've got 2 for hard. 2 votes for hard. We have 7 people, so we need to get some more votes. 3 for hard. One more for hard and we're going. Yes, so we chose the hard one. Someone says we must do the easy one first. Okay, I don't know if we come back to this puzzle if we will be allowed to choose a different one. Let's see. If not, I'll quickly generate a new link. So let's do the easy one. Okay, so now you can see here, build the rest of your house from any material you like. The repeat command will come in handy. So we have move forward, place. Okay, so now you have to see the difference here. Alex is already on top of this block, so we don't want to place another one there. We want Alex to first move and then place, okay? And Alex is going to do that 3 times, so that's what this code is saying. Now that is for one side only. So we want to repeat this entire thing. Yes, we can nest it. And now we run and look at that. Okay, so there's the bed with the wool that I spoke about earlier. So what I want to try is this, okay? Let's replay this. Before I try to get it to the hard, pay attention to where this turn right is. It is not inside the first loop. If we put it in the first loop, then Alex will move forward, place, and then turn immediately. But now Alex is going to move forward, place 3 times, and then turn. Okay. So let's see if we hit start over, if it will allow us to choose again. Start over. Come on. Start over. It doesn't. I'm going to try and jump here. There we go. Okay, so now we're going for the hard one. Are you all happy with that? I assume you are. Let's do this. Alright, so build the rest of your house from any material you'd like. The repeat command will come in handy. So I'm going to stick with birch planks because there are birch planks already. Now we don't have a limit on how many blocks we can use. So we can take some time to figure this out. Okay. So here we see we have this code that was there earlier. But in my opinion, I think we need to completely remove this because this is going to throw us off. So whatever you have in your workspace, take it out so that we start fresh to make it easier for us. Okay. So we can see here are, excuse me, 1, 2 spaces. So we need to get Alex to move forward and each time place a block or place a plank. That's going to happen 2 times because there are 2 spaces. So we change this to a 2. Does that make sense? Do you understand? I'm going to run it so that you can see because we can test everything. 1, 2. Okay. So we've got that in place. Great. So we reset that. Now we are here. We need to turn left. We're going to put the turn left outside of this loop. We're not putting it inside this repeat block to loop with this. Otherwise, Alex will turn left after the first time that Alex moved. Okay? And now we need to do the same. Move forward and place a plank. That's going to bring Alex here. Right. Then Alex is going to move forward twice again and place a plank and then turn right. So let's see how are we going to do this. So the easiest way, what do you guys think should I do now? Should I put in another 2 move forward in places, or should I use a repeat block? In your opinion, what do you think is the better way? A repeat block there, okay? Now we're not repeating this code because it is only happening once. Okay, so we're going to put this loop in here, going to say move forward and place, and that's going to happen 2 times because we're already here. But I actually want to see something. If we go there and there, oh no, that's okay. So 2 times, right? So now Alex should be there. Let's see. Uh-oh. We missed something. What did we miss? Who can tell me? I missed it as well. What mistake did we make? Aha, turn right, yes. And where does the turn right need to be? Before the loop, after the loop, somewhere in here at the top loop? What do you guys think? Before the second loop. So turn right before the second loop. Are we going to test it again? Let's see. There we go. There we go. Turn left, place. Turn right. Aha. Good work. Very good. Now I see something. Okay? What do you think has to happen next? Tell me in the chat box. Turn right. Okay. So that's going to turn Alex. And then, what is going to happen? Three times forward and place the blocks. So we put another repeat, move forward and place the birch planks. Okay. Now there are no comment blocks here, so this is becoming a bit tricky. We have to remember what each one does, okay? So now we're here, we want to get there in order to place those last three. So let's run the code to there so that we can see exactly what the problem is that we have. Okay. So now we need to put 1, 2, 3 there, but we need to get to this place first, right? So, how do we get there to that block? Turn right, and then there are two ways to do this. So if you see I'm doing something different to what you're thinking, that's okay, because I'm going to show you both ways. So if we turn right and move forward, Alex is going to be there. So what do we have to do now? I'm just reacting to the first chat comments that I see, and then I'll show you the other way. Turn right. If we turn right again, now we're going to come this way. So we have to turn left to move there. Now I want to show you something. I'm not even going to finish this, okay? Move forward. Okay. Let's quickly check. We get up to here. Now have a look when this yellow comes here, right? So there we have turn right, turn left, move forward. So Alex is on this block. So now we are using 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of code. But if we do it a different way, by telling Alex to move forward, turn right. Now Alex is going to be there facing this wall here. So now we're doing in 2, maybe 3 blocks what we just did in 4. Okay, do you guys understand that? Okay, now we put a loop times 3. But now remember, Alex is there. So what do we want to do now? Do we want to move first, or do we want to place the block first? What do you think? Place the block. Let's see. Place the plan. Okay, and then obviously move. Aha, there's a problem there. There we go. Forward and then place the planks. These two need to change around. Let's try it one last time, and I think this is going to be our solution. Great job. You guys have now found the solution for this problem. But I want to draw your attention to something before we do anything else. Okay. What's happening here? Replay. The shape of this house isn't that much different from the shape of the easy house that we did. But look at how much more code we're using. Can you guys see that? Now this isn't that much different, but it's a lot different when we look at the code. Now I'm sure if we work through this and we think on this a bit, we will be able to make this shorter, but I think the game is going to show us how to do that. So I'm just going to move on to the next one. Do you all understand this? Are you all happy? Can we move on to puzzle number 7, which will be our last puzzle? I need yeses in the comment or the chat box before I can move on. Got 2 yeses there. If you are not certain, you don't know what's happening, say no. We will revisit this. That's not a problem at all. No one's going to be angry at you. Sometimes when I code something for the second time, I find easier ways to do things than I did the first time. Okay, I have 3 yeses, so I'm going to move on, okay? We will touch on this number 6 again in tomorrow's as a review. Whoa, look at this. It's good to plan ahead. Plant crops on both sides of the water so you don't get hungry later on. Okay, so how Minecraft works, when you're playing in the survival mode, the more you move and the more things you do, the hungrier you get. If you are hungry and you get hurt, you cannot heal. But if you are not hungry and you get hurt, then you will heal yourself, okay? So you are gaining more heart so you won't die. So one of the things that you can do to get food to eat is you plant crops. And the crops always needs to be planted next to water. Because when we plant the crops next to water, then it can grow. Okay, so let's have a look. First solution, the easiest one. 1, 2, it's easier to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Okay? So someone is saying, repeat 6. So what's the first thing we put in the repeat 6? Plant a crop or move forward? What do you guys think? Plant a crop there. Okay, so let's run that and see. Okay, so that section is working. 6 times is a bit too much though, because we are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's strange. Oh, it's doing the last move forward here because the move forward is in the loop of 6 times. So let's see if we can fix that. Okay. If we've got that there, let's think. Plant crop, then forward, turn right. Okay. So obviously we won't put that inside, but we have a problem here because we cannot plant a crop there. Okay? And I'm wondering if we can't cross over the water. So I want to show you something that might be a bit strange for you to see. But let's see, because it complains when we end up there trying to plant something. So I'm going to change this to 5, so that we're planting a crop and moving to, and we will end, let's test this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. So now we need to plant a crop here. So after we've turned right, we can say plant a crop. Okay? Do you all understand that? So now we are looping this, we're planting a crop for the turn. Does that make sense? I'm going to show you. Okay. Can you all see now we have plants on all 6 blocks here? Yes? No? You guys are very quiet now. What's happening? Okay. So now obviously we want to get Alex to go there. So I'm wondering if Alex can move through the water or not. In the real game you can. And I'm wondering if we can't put that in a loop by itself. Okay, let's run it and see what happens. We are testing now because, oh no, Alex cannot walk in the water. In the real game, Alex can. So this whole code here we need to change. Yes, I see. Now, in Minecraft, the game, you can walk through the water. But it looks like here we cannot, so we have to go around. But that's okay. So we just need to remember to put this last plant crop here. Okay? To make up for that last block. Now to do this, I think we can do this in a loop. We can move forward. Okay? Then we're going to turn right. So we move forward, turn right. Then we move forward twice. So we won't be able to put that in a loop. And then turn right. Okay? So we've got there, move forward, turn right. Then we need to move forward 2 times. And then turn right. Now we only have 1 block left and we still need to plant all of this. So I think if we put all of this in a loop and do it twice, let's see if this code is going to work. If it doesn't work, this is going to become your homework assignment. I'm going to play with this to see what code works the best. Oh no, it's not working. Our code is not right. And we don't have time for you guys and me to figure it out together now. So what I want you to do is take this link. Okay? Go and practice. And I am going to practice. And then we will tomorrow review this lesson and see who found the best and shortest solution for this problem that we have here. Is that a deal? Type deal in the chat if you are happy with that arrangement. I'll be the first one. Deal. Deal. Great, Gal. I expect to see some good code from you tomorrow. You did very well today. All of you did well today. Okay, while you guys chat that up, I'm going to move back to my PowerPoint presentation because, as I said, we're running out of time. There's another one. Great. So if you've got any questions, please send them through to me here. And you are invited to tomorrow's lesson. And remember, you have some homework. Go figure that puzzle out. I'll do the same on my side, and we're going to see which solutions we can come up with. Let's see if we can make it even shorter than what they had there. They're giving us a few blocks. Let's see if we can make it shorter. Thank you to the STEM Lockdown Digital School. Go follow us on these social media handles, and remember to use the bottom hashtags when you are posting about us on social. Right. Good job today, guys. You really did well. Rita, you guys telling me you'll get in the water, good. And how everyone was participating, I'm very happy with that. So I will see you guys. Okay, if you have more homework, that's okay. This is not a force. I just want you to try if you can, okay? If you cannot, that's fine. I will bring the solution tomorrow. Okay, I will never be angry at you for not getting homework done in coding, because coding, we need to do it together. That's the best way for us to learn. Right, have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.